All right. Hi, everyone. We're going to talk about Aisha today. Aisha and Muhammad, and Aisha's age of marriage, and also the age of consummation. Oh, this guy is here. The moth is here. It keeps saying, Armin, you are gay. They think that's an insult. I'm glad that you're not posting it 5 or 6 times in a row. So it's okay. If you want to keep saying that, that's okay. As long as you don't post it 5 or 6 times in a row. Anyways, we're going to talk about Aisha and her age of marriage and also age of consummation of her marriage. But we're not just going to tell you guys. We're going to let Muslims explain that to us, okay? We're going to let Muslims tell us what happened. And if there's any, I don't even want to say it because it obviously there's not. But if there's any excuse for it as well. Audio, okay, good. Marco is saying audio is good. So is saying his audio is good. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe, but don't just like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're here with us in the live chat. So I could highlight, like next time I go live, I could highlight your comments. And guys, I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, same time as this, about Yasmin Muhammad's take on this whole Hindu stuff, right? Actually, no, maybe in the morning of 2 days from now. Yeah, because you guys are not awake. People in India are not awake at this time. Right now I'm focusing on Islam because we've been doing Hinduism a little bit too much. What is this? Rahul is saying, hello, Armin, you are religiousophobe. Yes, proud one. All right, let's see what... Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First, we're going to go through what David Wood said and how these people respond. How did they defend Islam against David Wood's accusation? And then we're going to look at some hadiths and some Quran. And also, here's a post that we made in Atheist Republic in 2017, addressing basically every excuse that Muslims have for Aisha. And then what I'm going to do on Atheist Republic's YouTube channel, I'm going to go to the community tab. And under the... Oh, I'm not... This is not... I need to be Atheist Republic. There we go. And under the community tab, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a link here for our members only. Here, members only. So that they could join with camera or just audio. You could hop on the call, and we could talk with each other. Our paid members could come and have the conversation. Okay, only YouTube members can do that. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Marco is here. Marco is saying Kelly gives me wood, not David though. Okay. Yeah. Why would I wouldn't apologize for anything. Yes, I wouldn't. All right, let's look at this. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me know once I start playing. Let me know if you have audio of the video.
Natural death.
Oh. Right, not here, there.
Besant had sex with a 9-year-old prepubescent.
Muhammad
Had sex with a 9-year-old prepubescent girl.
Okay.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it's a very simple argument. That Rasulullah was married to Aisha. That's it. That's the proof against Islam.
Well, it is. Okay, so they're saying like, oh, he thinks they're saying David Wood thinks that saying Muhammad was married to Aisha, that's a point against Islam. It is. It should, guys. It should be the only thing you need to know about Muhammad. Isn't it? They're like, that's it? Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. So let's see actually what's their excuse for Muhammad marrying and having sex with Aisha when she was 9 years old. Well, marrying her when she was 6 or 7, consummating, having sex with her when she was 9. Let's see if there's any arguments from these. By the way, this is Farid Response YouTube channel. Okay, let's see what their response is. Okay,
I guess in what 21st century standards, or what exactly?
It's wrong based on 21st century. Okay, guys, this is so good. Like here, we could go around and tell people like, oh my God, Islam teaches this. Come on, guys, do not endorse a religion like this. Do not say that this is an okay religion. It's telling you that, like, it teaches you that their prophet, Ard, and I can't say it here, a 9-year-old, and people, if we say it because we're anti-Islam activists, people are like, I don't know, man, you're like, you guys have an agenda. And yes, we do, right? But we don't have to say it. We could just show them how Muslims defend it, and their defense is like, okay, you guys are saying it's wrong based on what? 21st century standards? Like, yeah, that's why your religion doesn't belong in the 21st century. Jesus Christ. Yes, based on today's standards, because we have came a long way since your garbage religion was setting the standards. Andrew saying Muhammad was a. I can't say this on YouTube either. They don't like it when I say that. It hurts the algorithm. But instead of using that word, guys, I suggest using the word child, MR, because that's actually the action rather than the disease, rather than the mental disease, right? It's worse than the P word, right? That's enough to dismiss Islam as a religion to join unless you are a P word. Okay, the P word is a disease. The CM, you guys know what I'm saying? The CM is the action, okay? The CM is worse than the P word. So I think always say Muhammad is the CM. If somebody knows what I'm talking about, can you write that in the live chat? So because I don't want to say these words. YouTube is, I don't know what YouTube. Deborah, hey Deborah, thank you for being here. Let's continue.
Interestingly enough, as well with David Wood, just give it about another 5-10 years, his argument's going to be outdated anyway, because it seems the West is going back in that direction anyway. So David, for 5-10 years, his argument's going to be outdated anyway, because it seems the West is going back in that direction anyway. So David, I will check if your video is still up in about 10-15 years.
No, my God, it's not. Jesus, these people are saying that the P thing is being normalized in the Western society. No, okay. These people don't understand that the main thing, the Western society, like, it's not Western society, okay? We don't care about. Here's the thing, guys. These people compare everything to, Western country standards, and they're like, look, our God is okay because if you compare us to Western society standards, and like they have this inferiority complex, right? They're like, oh, you think our values are wrong? Here's an endorsement for Western standards. So they are basically, every time they do that, they're admitting that they consider Western standards to be the gold standards, and if it's approved by Western standards, it's kind of like a stamp of approval on their religion, right? But again, here when we want to analyze whether something is right or wrong, we just look at it objectively based on harm rather than who's doing what, okay? And also, the world has become, when it comes to sexual morality, we have come a long way to realize that the most important thing when it comes to sexual morality to be concerned about is consent and informed consent. And we know that children cannot give informed consent. And that's why we know, beyond reasonable doubt, that this is one of the most disgusting, vile things to promote. So I don't care if you want to go like, oh, my religion is okay because look, some people in West, look at these in TV series or this movie, they're normalizing this and that. I don't give a shit, okay? First of all, they haven't gone even close to what you're saying. They may be like doing some they're doing some disgusting stuff when it comes to sexualizing minors in ways that they shouldn't be sexualized. But your prophet, I can't even say it. Your prophet are one of them, okay? That is like, they're like, oh my God, this, like, what you're like trying to refer to justify what you're doing. Look at these like Netflix TV series. They're doing the same thing. I'm like, dude, like what your prophet did is like 1,000,000 times worse. 1,000,000 fucking times worse. It's not even comparable. They're like, oh, like, yeah, I mean, these are wrong as well. I mean, you shouldn't sexualize children. You could be like, oh, this is not right, kid. This is not okay. But it's not even comparable. You how... I'm keep using the word sexualize and the C word, and and if I say minors, YouTube would have flagged this, right? But I'm just gonna say it. God damn it! You know what sexualizes children more than these Western trends that you guys keep referring to as a way to justify you're discussing religion? Having sex with fucking children. That's beyond anything that you guys are talking about. Like, again, guys, this shows every time they do this, like they do this with the death penalty for apostates, for people like me in Islam as well, right? They're like, look, treason in United States, that, death penalty, there's death penalty for treason. Again, they think like, they look at United States as way above them, and they're above their religion, and they're looking high. They have this inferiority complex, and they keep looking at like, oh, look, the standards of United States approves of this. That means our religion is okay. So they're putting their Allah behind United States laws, and this is way different from if your religion was coming from Allah, you wouldn't even care what man-made laws are about. You would like, you wouldn't even be referring to U.S. standards to justify your religion, right? Your God needs to be they think like we've worshipped like United States and their standards and their laws. Like, oh, look at your religion, which is United States law, says this, so you can't contradict us. We're against death penalty for treason as well, for fuck's sakes. Your God is supposed to be way above the standards made by mere mortals. EF is saying, he's trying to say that guys, make sure if I'm strawmanning somebody here, make sure you help me steelman them, okay? Because like, hold me accountable for that. This is why I love you guys in live chat. EF saying he's trying to say that since LGBT is normalized, then P to children, stupid comparison. Okay, I think that's a straw man, because I don't think that's what they're saying. I think they're referring to stuff like, the movie Cuties in Netflix, and some conspiracy theories that Hollywood is trying to. There's this P ring, because I don't know. Maybe they're referring to that as well, but I think that's what they're referring to. But let's see.
Because by then you'll probably be like, if you go against LGBT now.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Well, okay, I'm trying not to strawman them. Wait, maybe they are. Is that what he's saying?
In about 10, 15 years. Because by then you'll probably be like, if you go against LGBT now, you get condemned. David, I fear for you in 10 years. Anyway.
No, I don't know.
His basis for this claim has to be the Bible. It cannot be New York state law. According to the Bible, what is the age of marriage? The age of marriage is puberty. Basically, Ezekiel chapter 16, God gives a metaphor of Israel being his bride, and when he consummated the marriage, and he mentions the breast swelling, etc. These are the signs of when you can consummate marriage. And according to the criteria of the Bible, the prophet peace be upon him did nothing wrong. All
right, so see again. According to the Bible, the prophet didn't do anything wrong. Okay, so they're saying David Wood is in no position to criticize our prophet, because the Bible says that the age of marriage is supposed to be puberty. And again, puberty, they say puberty could happen as young as 9 years old. So that's their justification. Do you guys notice what just happened right now? Okay. This is why I say, like, just highlighting how Muslims defend all of this in Islam is basically our silver bullet. Instead of us telling people, like, oh, look, this is what Islam teaches, which we show people. We also have to show, because a lot of people think that maybe we're taking things out of context. Maybe we're spinning things in a way to make Islam look worse than it is. No, we have to actually include Muslims' defense of these as well, to show them that their defense of it is not that Muhammad didn't rape a 9-year-old. That's not their defense. He did it. That is not part of their defense. Their defense is, well, the Bible allows it. That's their defense here. Their defense against a Christian is like, well, your Bible allows it. I mean, guys, this tells you, like, they do not deny it, okay? They do not deny it. That's their excuse. Why it's okay for the prophet to rape a 9-year-old? Because then it's not just the Quran that allows it. The Bible also allows it. Thank you. Guys, I keep telling you, the religious people, when it comes to anti-theism, it's the religious people that do our work for us. This is why, with so little resources, with very little support, with a low audience, we're doing so much. This is how we are succeeding in embarrassing religion and exposing them to the masses, because we're doing 1% of the job, and 99% of the work is being done by Muslims themselves, and we don't even have reach to their audiences. They're just speaking to their own audiences, and this is what I mean. It's very sad to see 2,300 people like this. I mean, these people, what are these people all approving of Muhammad raping a 9-year-old? Hold it. I'm now I'm saying it. I'm just saying the word art. I can't. I can't keep playing around the algorithm. Where you guys are saying, guys, if I miss any of your comments, please forgive me. Sarah saying, hold on here. Puberty makes you an adult. Aisha was an adult when the marriage was consummated. The Prophet was never pedo. Correct yourself. I mean, great, Sarah. Thank you so much for embarrassing Islam here as well. These people think that if you do anything, puberty makes you an adult. So these people genuinely think that a 9-year-old could be an adult. So see, like, they're not even dancing around it. Look, Sarah thinks that a 9-year-old can be genuinely old enough to fuck. Holy crap, guys. Look at this. Look at this comment right here. They're saying, like, Muhammad fucked a 9-year-old, but she had puberty, so that's okay. God damn it, man. Unbelievable. I mean, guys, keep saying that. Whoa, Soha is now a member. Yay. Thank you, Soha, for joining as a member. Love you, Soha. And more. So guys, I'm saying things that could get us in trouble. Help if I lose this YouTube channel. Guys, make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter. Link in the description. So if I ever lose this YouTube channel, I'm still in touch with you. Okay? Newsletter, link in the description. Nobody could take our newsletter away from us. You shouldn't be surprised because they think that things become moral just because the God says so. Yeah, actually, I think we're going to get to that. AJ is saying, so let's give more notoriety to T. Okay, I can't say T, then piss off. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Yeah. I can't say these words, guys. Rahul saying, by that logic, those who have faults should become friends rather than correct themselves. Those who have faults. I don't know what this is referring to. Anyways, let me continue with the video.
According to the criteria I've got, this is the criteria for when you can consummate marriage. So we don't care what your personal view is, David. We don't care what the Americans got to say on morality, because your morality.
See, they keep saying Americans as like they're so American centric, right? They keep saying like they compare their rules to American laws, and they say that, oh, we don't care about that, but you do care about that because that's what you compare yourself to. Because you guys like know that you are your values are so inferior to them that you have to keep comparing your religion to American laws to justify your discussing. They keep looking in faults in American laws as if American laws are like all right. Everything is correct about them, and every time they find a flaw in it, they think that that's a justification for their discussing religion.
Morality is just your opinion. According to the God of Abraham, who you believe is the author of the Bible, what the Prophet, peace be upon him, did is okay according to biblical morality.
See, this is their defense, guys. This is their defense. Muhammad raped a 9-year-old, but what's their explanation? According to the God of Abraham, the God of the Quran and the Bible, that's okay. And we don't care what your standards are. That is their defense. Thank you. That is their defense. Nothing else. Not that it's not okay to have sex with a 9-year-old. Not that it's their defense does not involve denying that Muhammad had sex with a 9-year-old. Just remember that. Their defense is that we don't care about your standards. The God of the Bible and the God of the Quran approve. Yeah, I know, Deborah. I said the R word. I can't. It's hard. It's really difficult for me to not do that. Guys, can you make sure you share these videos, because the words that I'm using makes YouTube suppress the video.
So no issue.
I'd like to
Oh,
point out
look, Soha is now member. Yay! I can see her comments now.
very briefly that he would argue that Rasulullah married her before she hit puberty. The general response to that is he waited 3 years.
Somebody mentions that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another defense, guys. They're like, look, oh my God, do you see this defense? They're like, hey, look, so she married her at 6 years old, but come on, guys, he waited 3 years before he had sex with her. That is their defense.
According to biblical morality.
Hold on, listen
so
to this.
No issue.
I'd like to point out very briefly that he would argue that Rasulullah married her before she hit puberty.
Right.
The general response to that is he waited 3 years.
Waited 3 years. So much patience. Oh my God. This prophet, their beloved prophet. He married her when she was 6, but come on, he waited like, oh my God, such a great person. He was so pure. He waited until she was 9 years old, guys. 9 years old. So that's their excuse. That is their defense. Holy crap.
Somebody mentions that.
Oh, he doesn't mention that. Don't worry, guys. We'll mention it right here.
She was, it was written when she was 6. Consummation occurred 3 years later. Why would it take 3 years for the consummation? Because that's when she hit puberty.
Oh, puberty. That's all, guys. Again, they think puberty. So these people genuinely think a 9-year-old could be an adult.
So yeah.
If this is what you got, wallahi, then I have to testify that Islam is the truth. Because if this is what you could bring,
best argument.
Guys, they're saying if this is what you got, wallahi, I have to testify that Islam is the truth. They are so, the self-awareness again is negative. God, I have to say this to you, Zakir. If this is what you got in defense of Islam, wallahi, I have to tell you that Islam is the most vile, disgusting, barbaric, backward religion that there is. Wallahi, it is. Like, if this is your defense of Islam.
It's third best argument against Islam, man.
Reason number 2.
All right, hold on. Oh, Mrs. Apostate is here. Hey, Mrs. Apostate, thank you. What an honor. Again, we're honored. Mrs. Apostate saying, why don't they go to a third grade classroom and explain this to them? I think they might get arrested. They might all get arrested if they do that. Should we start with hadith? I'm going to just show you guys one Quran verse. Is this the one? If you doubt their period, 3 months. Oh yeah. So basically, there's a lot of Quranic not a lot. There's a couple of Quran verses that keeps referring to those wives of yours that are not those who no longer expect menstruation among your women. Yes. The women that you do not expect menstruation anymore. So the Quran itself actually suggests that you could have wives that do not that maybe don't even have menstruation. Is that the Quranic verse that I wanted to? And those who no longer expect menstruation among your women, if you doubt, then their period is 3 months. And also for those who have not yet, yes, this one, not yet menstruated. They have menstruated. These ones. So basically, you have the Quran suggests that it's possible for you to have wives that haven't yet menstruated. So basically, you don't even have to go to the hadith. The Quran itself has excuses for, like, legitimizes child marriage, which is disgusting behavior. So again, makes it very inconvenient for the fringe minority group of people who are Quranists, because the hadith is so violent and disgusting that some Muslims, very small group of Muslims, have decided prepubescent. Yeah, that's what I mean. Very mild, very fringe group of Muslims have decided to throw away all of the hadith and focus all on the Quran. Just remember, when you see that, remember then that they are a very fringe group, and it doesn't make any sense. I'm actually going to explain to you guys why that doesn't make any sense, right? But even for those people that are focusing on the Quran only and not the hadith, they still can't get away with because the Quran itself excuses this and legitimizes this. Look at this one. Okay, so this is a hadith. There's a lot of hadiths showing you that Muhammad had sex with Aisha when she was 9. This is one of them. This is You can see the reference here. It says he stayed there, saying Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, stayed there for 2 years or so. Okay, he married Aisha when she was a girl of 6 years of age. Okay, so this age 6 changes in from one hadith to other. Sometimes it says 6, sometimes it says 7 for marriage, but they all say 9 for when Muhammad consummated the marriage. And he consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. Okay, again, this is Hadith Bukhari, one of the most authentic sources, authentic according to Muslim sources of Hadith. And by the way, for people that think like, oh, back then women were mature, mentally mature at 9, which is actually such a moronic thing to say. But here's another thing that the Hadith, like, it just keeps destroying their own arguments, because look at this. This is another one. Again, Hadith. Oh, this is Sahih Muslim. The second Hadith, Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari are the top 2 authentic sources of Hadith, right? In Sunni Islam. So this one says, Aisha reported that Allah's apostle, which is Muhammad, married her when she was 7 years old. So this one says 7, and he was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9. Okay, and look, so the 9 is consistent everywhere, and her dolls were with her. So this is like this dolls were with her part is really bad for people that want to argue that she wasn't a child at age 9, because like it seems like the hadith is trying to like the hadith is doing so much work in our favor against them, because basically the hadith is trying to show how young she was, that she was still playing with dolls. So that argument that she's like an adult, like back then people were like adults at 9. I mean, it's so easy. Like it's just everything works in our favor, and the hadith puts this there, emphasizing that she was young. Because remember, when they were writing this, the emphasis was on the fact that she was young, because they're trying to show Aisha is like a pure and she's virgin. Okay, that she was like untouched by any other man. Like this is why they keep pointing out like, oh, she was playing with dolls. And when the Holy Prophet died, she was 18 years old. So basically, that's 9 years of rape. Marco, wow, 20. Jesus Christ, Marco, with the super chats. This time a big, wow. Marco, thank you so much. 20 euro super chat for the spam removal budget. Glad to be able to help. Richard and Charles, thank you so much, Marco. Marco is saying because we had to pay somebody to come, like the Hindutva mob is after us. And if you guys notice our recent videos, every time we finish our live stream, it just gets flooded. It just gets flooded with, so many copy paste comments, and makes the comment section of our videos like unusable. So we had to pay somebody on our staff to come clean it up. I'm going to give her a bonus. I'm good. This 20 euro is going to go to her bonus, by the way. Thank you so much, Marco. Because it's really tiring work, because there's a lot of comments. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, Hindutva Mob, I don't know if you realize that the comments that you're leaving and we cleaning it up, that is actually increasing the engagement on our channel and is helping the channel. So I don't know if you understand what you're actually doing, right? Anyways, let me show you this post that we made, because I made this post 3 years ago on Atheist Republic. And I'll let you know, I basically tried to summarize everything wrong with every single argument for Aisha. By the way, guys, once I post the link for you guys to hop on the call with me right here, for our members, please note that, if you don't want to come up, it's going to be like, keep it on this topic. Keep it on the Aisha topic, okay? Okay, cool. So let's see. And it's okay if nobody wants to come on. I could just focus on the live chat. Oh wow, Tindorama is here. Clean up them comments. Thank you so much for the $7 Canadian super chat. Okay, this is also gonna go to the bonus for the lady that is helping us cleaning up the comments. Thank you so much, Tindorama. That's very kind. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let's see. So I posted this meme 3 years ago on Atheist Republic. I made this one myself. I said, what do you, I stole the caption from someone else, but I designed this myself. What do you call a man in his 50s who has sex with a 9-year-old? 1.6 billion people call him the prophet of Islam. Oof, that's a big oof in my book. Okay, so let's see what I said here. I said, how do you respond to some to common excuses for this? Such okay, so these are, I think, the three most common excuses for why it was okay for Prophet Muhammad to do this. One of them was this was the norm back then. Okay, another like, so they say the standards at that time made it okay for Muhammad to do what he did. The second one is this. This is, by the way, the second one. This is what the common excuse was in Iran, where I was when I grew up. This is the one used. I know different Muslims, different Muslim communities, and different Muslim, teachers use different excuses. This one, the one that I was exposed to in Iran, they told us, back then, women just matured faster. They just matured faster than today. I don't know. Some of the times they said that just because back then it was like this, and sometimes they explained it because apparently the heat made them mature faster. I don't know. I think they think women are kind of like fruits or something. I don't know. But that was their excuse. And also the third one is saying menstruation is in hot climates starts. Oh yeah, this was the third one. This menstruation in hot climates starts earlier, so girls in Arabia matured earlier. Okay, so all of these three is obviously completely moronic. I mean, we don't care what the norm was back then. Well, actually, if you say this is the norm back then, well, great, then keep it to back then. This is why we're against your religion, because the problem with your religion is that it brings the norms back then to today. Like you say, like, oh, all warlords did this back then. First of all, no, not all of them did this. And second of all, even if they did, this is why we don't follow them today as role models, unlike your fucking prophet, right? And this one, but said girls matured faster back then. That's bullshit. We're genetically the same species as people 1400 years ago. There's not much has that changed biologically. There's nothing has changed biologically from now until 40. I mean, these people might not understand how evolution works, but 1400 years is basically nothing when it comes to an evolutionary biology. So no, we're the same species. Nothing has changed. And also when they say that in hot climates girls mature faster, I mean, that's absolute horseshit. You could go to Thailand, you could go to countries close to the equator and everywhere. I mean, you can even go to Saudi Arabia and you could check out, see the girls that they're 9, 6, even 11, 10. They're still just not mature girls. Like that's I mean, that is you could easily check that that's not true. Mark is saying, I think people had enough of my accent for 1 week. No, your accent is beautiful. So I'll pass a conversation with you this time. Okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna hop on today because I don't know if people are interested in talking, if they have any take. I mean, if you guys want to hop on and tell me your take on this, so that's fine as well. But here's what I said about the excuse that this is not is part of. Okay, so I said before anyone claims that this narrative is not even Islamic teaching, let us look directly at some of the sources. So I put some of the sources here. Yes, and then this is what I explained. This is for people shouldn't take this part seriously because the Quranists, the people that don't look at the Hadith and only look at the Quran, are so fringe that even responding to them is just taking them too seriously. But just in case you come across them, this is what I said 3 years ago. These two sources, Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, have the highest status of authenticity by Muslims among Islamic Hadith sources and are considered to be canon. All other authentic sources of Aisha's own testimony confirm that she was 9 at the time, which has been unquestionably accepted by Muslims for the past 1400 years. Even today, the vast majority of Muslims accept Aisha's age. Only a fringe group of Muslim apologists who are embarrassed by this try to argue that these sources are invalid. Without such, okay, and basically this, I'm referring to the Quranists, the people that are just trying to throw away the hadiths, and because they're so embarrassed by these hadiths that they're just trying to throw away. Like, you know what, Islam is just Quran. And I tell them, without such hadiths, which are accepted by the majority of, I should have said vast majority of Muslims and Islamic scholars, there would be no 5 pillars of Islam. Yeah, guys, like literally only 4, only one of the 5 pillars of Islam is in the Quran. There, 4 of the 5 pillars of Islam would not make any sense without the hadith. Think about this, okay? For people that want to focus on the Quran and not the hadith, 4 of the 5 pillars of Islam would be lost without the hadith. That's how important the hadith is. Without the hadith, you wouldn't know. There would be no explanation of how to do the Hajj, how to pray, how to fast, how to do zakat, how to do 99% of Islamic teachings, like the way rulings and Sharia, everything comes from the hadith. Islam would be unrecognizable without the hadith. The animal is saying, what is that one hadith, one pillar that doesn't need the hadith? Is the shahadat. The shahadat is the one that you only need the Quran. Hadith is the words and actions of Prophet Muhammad, and is a fundamental source of Islamic rules and practice. Actually, this one, the Quran itself. This is actually a good point here that I made. The Quran itself commands Muslims to obey and emulate Muhammad, which would not be possible without the hadith. Yes, so the Quranic command, if you think like you should only focus on the Quran commands you to follow the way of Muhammad. And it's impossible to do that if you don't know what Muhammad did and say. And it's impossible. And how do you know what Muhammad said? It's the hadith. So you basically want Quran's command to follow Muhammad's way would be impossible without the hadith. As mentioned, the 5 pillars of Islam is not described in the Quran, but they are in the hadith. Without the hadith, 4 of these 5 pillars would not make any sense. All right, so now I'm going to invite you guys to hop on if you want. Again, no pressure. Nobody has to come here if you don't want. Okay? Okay, so not all channel members. Yeah, let me say join me live. But then I'm going to not paste it because so people can just copy this. Oh, I did already. It's okay. It's fine if you want to go, and if you're really interested in coming to do that, you could do that as well. Next time I have to make sure I'm more careful. Let me see. All right. Sarah is saying, okay, cool. Sarah, you're a Muslim? Sarah is saying, read Quran 4:6. We do have an age of marriage and it's puberty. Please stop spreading misinformation. And the other verse you read is referring to women who haven't had the monthly cycle. Yeah, haven't had the monthly cycle. That's what I said. So the woman, I know there's a couple of Quran verses that's talking about the wives that haven't had their monthly cycle yet, that proves my point. What is Quran 4:6? I mean, you keep saying that please stop spreading misinformation. The age of marriage is puberty. Yeah, and you think based on you guys are saying you could hit puberty as young as 9 years old. So you guys are making my argument. I don't understand, but you guys are making my point. You guys think like if you hit puberty at 9, then it's okay to fuck a 9-year-old. Oh wow, Arjun is here. Hey.
Hi. So I mean, I don't have that much to say about Aisha particularly, but I do have something to say about the defense.
Yeah.
The thing it shares in common with a lot of other defenses of these, I guess, regressive and superstitious practices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's Western imperialism if you come in and challenge this. So this is the defense that we hear everywhere, and this needs to be challenged.
Wait, what's the defense again? Can you
Western imperialism to talk about liberal values and all of this, and that's propping up everywhere, and it's not just Aisha. It's with all the religions and with all their practices.
Yeah, they keep saying like, "Oh, we don't care about your Western standards." This is you. Basically, so this is what you're saying. Them saying that we are, you shouldn't. They're saying that telling you that you shouldn't fuck a 9-year-old is us imposing their Western values on them.
Right. I'd like to add. I think that also. I mean, I call it like exported woke. Exported woke. Like they're just like they're like using the woke against us or against liberal values.
Yeah, and so basically, but here we fight the woke as well, right? So
right. No, yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good points. Interesting.
To talk about. Oh yeah.
Okay. Wow, we have actually 2 more people wanting to hop on the call. Okay. Thank you for that, Arjun. That's interesting. That's a good point. Okay, cool. All right. We have Harsh here. Harsh, what do you want to say?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to just quickly let you know. I have sent you a link in Patreon about a video regarding Kali.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to review that?
Yeah, if you want, I personally really like that video. I thought people should see that video and they would understand the amount of effort put by Indian creators, content creators in animation and things like that. So it is really good as well.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. I will review that. I'll review this on the live stream.
And just one other thing I wanted to tell you, I read a few comment section and there are like lots of other things I think I forgot to mention or I couldn't mention within the time frame or time limit we had in the previous conversation.
Right.
So there are loads of things, but the first thing I would like to bring to your notice would be about those philosophical concepts that you said, and I also agree. But maybe you
this is about Aisha, though. Can we do a live stream on that? No, that's okay. I will bring you back on. How about that?
Okay, yeah, then just that. Sorry about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no worries. I'll bring you back on. Okay, I'll bring you. We'll do another call, maybe live. How about that?
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. No worries. Bye. So this is here. Wow, we have a lot of. Hi, Rishi.
Yeah, you can call me anything. It's okay. Can you hear
me?
No,
tell me how to say it. Yeah, I can hear you, but can you tell me how to say it right?
Rishi.
Okay.
Yeah, Rishi Abjani. Literally translates to, so it's one of the philosophies, is skeptic philosophies. Ajnani literally means who doesn't know anything.
Okay.
So I think, if I think from a Muslim perspective, you are nowadays like spreading Hinduism in a way. Like Muslims spreading Hinduism. Like you have so many streams on Hinduism. Muslims might.
Yeah, but this one is about.
Yeah, it's about Aisha. I was just making a joke kind of view, like Muslims may accuse you of like you are spreading Hinduism.
Right.
You might be a Hindu, like inside a Hindu. You are no more atheist. I don't know.
I'm getting the other side as well. Like a lot of Hindus are saying Armin was secretly Muslim all this time, and he was just doing all of this to spread, to fight. Like apparently 15 years worth of activism against Islam has all been like a secret cover for me to one day come out and effectively fight against Hinduism. Because again, once a Muslim, always a Muslim, right?
I think religious people work. They operate in that way. Like every time you do something to other group, you will be a secret other group.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So regarding that, the P word. So you said that P is a mental disorder, right?
Yes.
So it's a general question. So the people, let's say, I have always considered this. Let's say a person who is 50 and marrying a girl who is 18, legally they are okay to do that. But in my point of view, it's still that P thing.
You think 18 is too young?
No. So for a 50-year-old, the 18 is too young. But like in the same way, for a 16-year-old, 15 or 14-year-old, I won't consider that a P thing.
I don't know. I mean, to me, what matters the most is the health, the mental and physical health of the victim here, right?
Yes,
so I don't come up with the numbers like 18, what should be the age gap. I don't just like try to come up with these ideas based on like what I feel. I look, I think like the best people to tell us what is the healthiest age for people to be able to do this are like psychologists and biological, doctors, and there needs to be like research and data on this. Is having a huge gap. If once you hit an age of, if once you're an adult, is having a huge gap. Is that bad? Is that for the mental health and of the 18-year-old? Like, is it okay? So I don't know, right? And I don't think we should just guess these things. I think we should go look at based on science and evidence and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just because something we feel something, I think that's not the right way of doing it. I also want to, by the way, yeah, go on. Sorry.
You go ahead.
No, I just wanted to really thank Frostbite for becoming a new member. Thank you so much, Frostbite. But go on.
Yep. Just a last comment, then I'll leave.
Okay.
So recently I was talking to one of my Muslim friends, and the same topic came up with the Aisha's age. And so what he said, that I can be killed just for saying this, because it's kind of like disrespecting the Prophet, because I'm bringing this topic and trying to discuss this thing in a dishonoring way. I'm trying to dishonor. So it's not just a topic. So my intent is to dishonor Prophet, and
yes,
according to his view, I can be killed for that. Just for discussing this stuff.
That is Islamic, though. The fact that you could be killed for that.
I was just wondering, like, it's a fact and it's written in your book. Just to discuss this thing, I can be killed. I was just.
Well, we do have. Well, yeah, we do have hadiths of Muhammad actually telling his followers in Medina that somebody like made a poetry about him that was insulting. Oh, we have people joining. Then Muhammad was like, is anybody going to go take care of this for me? And somebody went and beheaded that guy and brought the head. And Muhammad was like, yes, he's finally somebody with honor, right? So it is Islamic canon that he did that. So.
No. So his point wasn't that this topic can't be discussed. His point was that a non-Muslim cannot discuss this topic. The Muslims within themselves can discuss this topic because they are trying to understand what has happened. But if a non-Muslim is discussing this topic, his intent is to dishonor, disrespect the Prophet.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is my intent. So they're right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Armin.
And you're right. I mean, I'm an enemy of Islam, and it would be Islamic. It would be in agreement with Islam to take care of me. Like, that is true. So what that person is saying is Islamic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Armin. Thanks for taking me.
Yeah. No, thank you. It's great having you here. Before I bring the next person on, I do want to see what the Quran verse that Sarah was referring to. By the way, Sarah, if we're trying to spread misinformation, I wonder why we are like highlighting your comment and listening to you, right? So this is Quran 4:6 that Sarah was mentioning to. Attest the orphans in their abilities until they reach marriageable age. Then if you perceive in them sound judgment, release their property to them, and do not consume it excessively and quickly, anticipating that they will grow up. And whoever, when acting as guardian, is self-sufficient, should refrain from taking a fee. And whoever is poor, let him take according to what is acceptable. Then when you release their property to them, bring witness upon them, and sufficient is Allah has a. Okay, guys, so this doesn't say anything about not being able to. They're saying, like, make sure that they're orphans. Oh my God, the poor orphans. Test them until they reach marriageable age. Yeah, okay, so yeah, but according to Islam, that marriageable age could be 6, and you could consummate the marriage at 9. So just because it's saying wait until they reach their marriageable age, that doesn't deny anything I said, Sarah. Where are you, Sarah? That doesn't deny anything I said. Rahul is here. Oh, Rahul.
Hello.
Rahul.
Hello, Armin.
Hey.
Hello.
I can hear you. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Can you keep it short and concise? There's a lot of background noise, but go on.
Okay. Armin, I wanted to talk about evolution. Muslims don't believe in evolution. Am I right?
Wait, a lot of Muslims believe in evolution. A lot of them don't.
Yeah, because I was saying that they are using evolutionary argument to defend that back then in Saudi Arabia there was heat. That's why women achieved puberty earlier. So don't you think it's hypocrisy? At one hand, you are denying evolution, and at the other hand, you are using it as an argument to defend your belief.
Well, okay, so you're saying if they use the argument that we have changed since then and back then people were different and they're making an evolutionary argument and they're hypocrites.
Well, because body changes.
Not, I mean, in Iran, Muslims don't deny evolution. So
really, because they have turned atheists 50%. That's why you're saying that.
No, even the government, even the Ayatollahs don't deny evolution.
Okay.
It's part of school curriculum. Teaching evolution in Iran is part of school curriculum. So in that sense,
so do they also believe that we came from apes rather than from Adam and Eve, or they just accept one part? Or I'm getting the point that they are allowing evolution to be taught in school, but do they really actually believe?
Yeah, they think in the official Islamic teaching in Iran, at least, is that that's just God. That's God's way of creating things, right? And Big Bang and evolution. They teach us the primordial soup theory in school. They teach us all of that, right? So in that sense, those people, at least in that sense, they're not being hypocrites on that.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you, Armin. That's all I wanted
no worries.
to ask. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
And we have June. June, you're on.
Hi, Armin. Sorry, I'm not using my real name.
That's okay.
I only have one question on this topic, that the age of consent. I was looking online that the lowest age of consent in any country is 11 years old. And in most of the Islamic countries, it's slightly higher than that, 12 or 13. I don't remember a list. So has any apologist ever commented on it, like why there is a specific age of consent or anything like that?
Well, okay, so a lot of they basically try to have it both ways, right? So whenever we point to the horrible things done by countries like Saudi Arabia or Iran, right? They say, well, they do not represent Islam, right? They do not represent Islam. They're just these are just, in fact, the problem is that they're going away from Islam, right? But every time you want to bring up something, but go to this, instead of looking at these countries, you go to the scripture and you're like, well, your religion is actually teaching something horrible. A lot of them actually go to countries who are doing better than the scripture. I'm like, well, look what these countries are doing. It's not as bad as what you're making it seem like. So you see how, in that sense, they're being hypocrites. You know what I mean? Like, so when it's in the favor, they focus on the policies in these countries to show how modern maybe it is in some cases. But they go back to scripture when you show them that how these Islamic countries are doing something horrible, right? So I haven't seen what you're describing. I haven't seen that defense. But again, if they say, like, look, in these Islamic countries, the age of marriage is higher than a lot of other countries, just remind them that you're not judging Muslim countries or what Muslims do. You're just evaluating what Islam teaches. And to evaluate what Islam teaches, I just go directly to the source rather than looking at, Islam is still a vile, disgusting, backward, barbaric religion, even if not a single Muslim was following it. Even if not a single Muslim was following Islam, and actually most Muslims do not follow Islam, thankfully so, Islam would be still a disgusting religion, even if it had 0 followers, right? So that's my argument again.
Yeah, my question was more around that, like, if according to scripture there is no set age or anything, then why is there a law in the countries with an age which is supposedly higher than the scripture? But I see how people can, like, cherry pick things.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much. That's all.
Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, I do see Ahmed is waiting to come on next, but before I bring on Ahmed, I want to respond to Sarah's comment. Sarah, who I think is a Muslim, she's saying, for the example of the prophet that you can only consummate after highlighted after puberty, and the Quran refers to an age of marriage, this is enough to know it's wrong to have sex with a child. Sarah, I don't think you understand what we're saying here. Yes, according to you, in Islam, it's wrong to have sex with a child, and you should only have sex with adults. Our problem is that according to Islam, a 9-year-old could be an adult. So you keep saying that Islam teaches you that you can't have sex with a child. You could only have sex with adults. Our problem is that the definition of adult in Islam includes 9-year-olds. So this is what you're saying is not contradicting what we're saying. We don't think it's okay to refer to 9-year-olds as adults. I don't know if this is not the gut you think it is. Yes, Marcus is saying under 18 is a child. Yeah, you keep saying like, oh no, Islam teaches you that you can have sex. You only have to wait until they reach maturity. And then they say like, what is that? Like, this 9. I'm like, okay, thank you for confirming that. Anyways, let me bring on Ahmed. Ahmed.
Hello. Hey, Armin.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. You have great audio.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
By the way, I didn't mean any disrespect to people that had children in the background. I'm sure it's a very joyful life to have, So I hope like the fact that I was complaining about the background noise.
Yeah.
I hope it didn't come off as disrespect to those other people. Okay, but go on, Ahmed.
No, yeah, I think it's understandable. Like you're on a live stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had one comment about the age of Aisha, and there's this answer that Muslims always give that goes like this. It's well, it was a different time, and even people back then used to marry people at that age, and they would give reference to like French leaders or English leaders that actually did, and it is true, they did marry girls at a very young age. But then the only problem with that is you're saying that your prophet is sent from God, and that's not the behavior of someone who is like sent from God. Like, say, even if it was so common back then,
right?
If you're presuming that your prophet was sent by God, that shouldn't be a behavior of someone with such a high moral status.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and that becomes even a bigger problem because if your prophet is supposed to be a role model for all people at all times, like all these other people, like, oh, back then this person did this as well, that person did this as well. Yeah, I would be very concerned about those other people if they were being used as a role model today, right? I would be concerned about those other people as well. The reason why I'm concerned, I'm again, and every time they say, well, they say back then this was the norm. I'm like, okay, then thank you for confirming that. Can we keep it to back then? Can we not use your religion to bring the standards of back then to today? Can we just keep it over there?
And you can't claim it works for every time and every age. Like, no, it doesn't, and that's an obvious case why it doesn't.
Exactly.
It's just
great point.
Bullshit.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ahmed.
Okay. Thanks,
great
Ahmed.
Great audio by Ahmed. I hope you come over again with your comments.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome. Wow, he has a good his voice is very good as well. Very okay, cool. I'm gonna head out. Let me see some other comments. We are not following them, and they don't demand themselves as model for all people. Yeah, exactly. All right. Let me see if there's any other comments for me. Okay, nope. So I'm gonna head out. Wow, we kept this. I went over the points, and I brought on people as well, and we did it under an hour. I hope I could do this in the future as well. I'm trying to keep it. Anyways, guys, make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. And please subscribe to our newsletter because, again, the topics that I'm covering is not YouTube friendly. So I don't know what's going to happen to us. So please subscribe to our newsletter and also share this video because the algorithm is not helpful for these topics. So, but if you guys share it, it will like trigger the algorithm with like, ooh, this video is good. I need to suggest it to more people. Anyways, love, yeah, awesome, and yeah, good. Love everybody who subscribed. Do not love people who are not subscribed. I don't know what's wrong with you. Please just subscribe. It just takes literally half a second. And again, guys, if you disagree with me, see, I even bring up people. I highlight the arguments against me. So come on this come on to do during the live streams. Point to me where I'm wrong. Hold me accountable and all of that stuff. Okay. See you guys very. Oh, the next live stream I'm gonna set it up right now. It's going to. I'm gonna set up. I don't know when, but I'm gonna set up a live stream for reviewing Yasmin Mohammed's take on this whole Hindu controversy, like Kali and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go over her tweets. I already did a tweet responding to her. I'm gonna see if she responds, because I wanted to do the live stream here, but I thought it would be unfair if I don't let her, if I call her out on what she said. I mean, again, I love her, but I disagree with her on this. But I thought like it would be a better live stream if I let like a day or two pass and see if she responds, so I could also cover her response, right? Because it would be unfair if I just don't reach out to her and just be like, this is why, oh my God, why are you saying this, Yasmin Mohammed? Like, so that's why I didn't do it tonight, okay? But look, subscribe. That was coming very soon, okay? And subscribe and hit the notification bell right now. Every single one of you that hasn't hit the notification bell right now, do it right now. There's so many low percentage of you that has hit the notification bell, even though I'm yelling at you, but the yelling seems to be working. So I'm going to do it every fucking time. Hit the notification bell right now. Now.